Remember the OnlyFans model and Instagram model who stabbed and killed her boyfriend, who happened to be an African-American male? She got away with it. I mean, she was at a bar drinking. She was having a good time right after this killing and was not arrested, but she has now been charged. Let's put up a picture full mass here. Her name is Courtney Clenney. This model fatally stabbed her boyfriend to death in Miami. This was all the way back in April. She has now been arrested for murder. The 26-year-old OnlyFans model was taken into custody Wednesday in where? Hawaii, and will eventually be extradited to Miami-Dade County to face trial. She has been charged with a second-degree murder with a deadly weapon for the April 3rd stabbing of her then boyfriend, Christian Toby Obumseli. Let's put up their pictures, all right? Now this was an interesting background. We covered this from day one. The girlfriend, Clenny, was found covered in blood at the scene by Miami police before being detained temporarily. Shortly after her detention, she was hospitalized and then she was put on suicide watch, according to the Atlanta Black Star. So all of a sudden she kills a man and becomes a victim. A day after the death, she posted content on her OnlyFans page. That's what she posted. Yeah, right there. Just killed a man. Let's exploit it on the OnlyFans page. The arrest caps a 4-month investigation by Miami police homicide detectives and prosecutors into her actions. It took 4 months, okay? Whose killing of her boyfriend during a domestic dispute in a luxury Edgewater apartment garnered headlines across the world. In her defense, her attorney insisted that she acted in self-defense and the killing was justified. But in the days after his death, the relatives of the dead boyfriend called for her arrest, saying they did not believe he was ever a threat. And more irony to this story is that friends of hers did not believe her story. And they eventually came out on the record, posted on social media, but it still took 4 months to arrest a regular ass white woman who stabbed to death her black male boyfriend. 4 months. We've been calling for the arrest of this individual from day one. The family started calling for the arrest within that same week. Her friends started calling for her arrest roughly 7 days after the incident. And finally, the arrest has now happened. The wheels of justice moving in a very different way. Let me make it plain for those who may disagree with me. Put up the picture of the couple again. Let's flip the roles here. Let's say he killed her, okay? Oh, I don't even have to say anything else. You know good and damn well he doesn't go home that night, but she did. Okay, Ben, thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a perpetuation of this culture, right? In the United States, we have this narrative. We have this narrative that's a very, very deadly narrative. And it is one of white women being of no agency and being perfect, innocent creatures, which is both A, infantilizing to women, and B, leads to this extreme amount of violence where you have this situation where and this is repeated all throughout history, where if white women commit crimes against black men especially, right? Then all of a sudden it's painted as her being the victim, this, that, and the other thing. And whenever the situation is reversed, then all of a sudden, the criminality of the black man is assumed and the innocence of the white woman is assumed. Yep. And that's just how people operate. And it leads to situations like this, where you have somebody who can potentially be a murderer, and we just all kind of, I guess, believe it and accept it. And the problem is that it's one thing if it's commenters on the internet that are making ridiculous assumptions, but it's a completely different thing when you have systems and institutions like the police that are operating on these same exact racist narratives and these same exact racist biases. And it is just clear as day, because I mean, seriously, how many stories are there of black women who, kill a domestic abuser in self-defense, but they still get charged with murder? They still get charged with murder because they're not believed, And it's like everything about this is just deeply infuriating.
Yeah, and let us not forget, if it had not been for the public scrutiny, this arrest likely would have never happened and she would have gotten away with it.